Thank everybody for watching Crypto Revolution. We talk about everything crypto almost daily, jumping right into the market. Today in crypto, we got to talk. The banking crisis is possibly making Bitcoin a viable option as a safe haven. That's where we're at. I mean, you saw a bounce from about 20,000, 19,700. Which is the previous cycle top from 2017, 2018 bull cycle. You saw the bounce, the retest, bullish retest, and then about 40% upside out of 8 days out of Bitcoin. What happened here? Banks falling apart, people potentially in banks. If you've got over $250,000 in a bank account, FDIC insurance is only supposed to cover $250,000. Well, they said, hey, we're going to cover, for some of these banks, we're going to cover more than that, right? The thing is, there's nearly 200 banks at risk for the same fate as Silicon Valley Bank, says this study. Could you imagine? Number one, I saw Janet Yellen specifically talking about Silicon Valley Bank, and they're going to restore the funds that people lost, but not the shareholders, not the stockholders. So if you have $1 million there in one account over 250,000, normally it's just a loss. You write it off. You only get 250K back, right? But then she went on. It was somebody in out west in Oklahoma, and he asked, "Well, what about the local banks, the taxpayers, where they bank? What are you going to do if they have $1 million in an account? Are you going to cover them?" She says, "Well, it's going to be on a case-by-case basis, only if there's systemic risk," she stated. Smaller banks, I mean, she alluded to the fact that smaller banks probably wouldn't be covered, 250K. And if you've got 200 banks, they're forcing a bank run to the larger banks. If you've got more than 250K in a bank account, you got to spread it around now, right? So to make sure FDIC insurance covers it. But this becomes such a hassle, especially tax time. It's uncomfortable, and the fear is sitting in the bank account. And this has driven the price of Bitcoin up higher because it's become a safe haven. Also, we've seen the Fed say, hey, we're gonna back these banks up. Everything's gonna be okay. Then they injected $300 billion into the banking sector, right? Which was, they've been quantitative tightening. They've been selling off $95 billion every single month. The Fed's raising the banks, raising the rates the banks pay. It's created this, prices are crazy through the roof. Just got back from the grocery store and it's just like, what? And normally my girlfriend goes for me. Maybe I even didn't go to the grocery store for a year, and just like prices are crazy to what we've seen in the past. And it's like all of this snowballs into a 40% run up out of Bitcoin. Right? Definitely gives Bitcoin a bunch of strength. This scenario can push Bitcoin continually higher, but we want to see the Fed come out on Wednesday with a rate hike, 25 basis points. We could work with it. A pivot where the Fed doesn't raise the rates changes everything. Stocks, I think, take off. Bitcoin takes off. And that's what we're looking for. So I've talked to a lot of people. We posted a lot of altcoin setups in group, and it's just like, here we are, Fed, just work with us on this. Pivot, give us some breathing room. The Fed would be crazy to raise the rates to a point where these banks, 200 banks at risk. You think they're just going to dish out all billions and billions of dollars to save these banks and keep raising the rates? The system is broken, and this whole situation has shown the weakness in the banking system that we haven't seen in crypto. Now, obviously, we need the banks to convert our Bitcoin to cash, right? You need the banking relationship. And there's ideas that have alluded to the fact that the FDIC is trying to make a rift in between those things. The government in general. The scenario has caused a huge run up in the price of Bitcoin. And I wanted to make sure, paint a real clear picture of what we're looking for next week with the Fed, and understand that Bitcoin's price action has done things that we haven't seen in years, right? Right now, for 1 week, we're lowering the prices, rock bottom fees to join the group, $200 off, lowest price ever, plus 60% off. Go over to my website, cryptorev.net. Join. Listen, if you have any questions, email me, cryptobitcoinchris@gmail.com. I've got some amazing shout outs to give in my trading group. Again, this person made a perfect trade just like we laid out, up 534% in one trade. This person made $1,500 in an hour and a half. We have a lot of people in the group that come in and they have a small amount to work with. And that's perfect. Like, you can take this money to Kucoin and make a killing. This person, I resubscribed. I have got so many people coming back to the group. I've got a whole team working with me, killing it. This person resubscribed, joined the group before X his capital. Bang, in a short period of time. This person, since January, he's up $4,900. And again, most people start with tiny amounts. This person, he turned $5,000 into $11,000 in 6 days. Over doubled his money in less than a week. We're in the right coins constantly. Constant Bitcoin updates. Like, you're not going to get, you will not find a better group, period. Like, our success rate is out of control. All right, let's go back. Bitcoin 1 hour chart. Ready to bang, needs to hold this level, right? Bitcoin's just been working in this rising channel. And you had volume right here, basically, with this breakout where we talked about 25,200. Hey, the volume has come in here. This is a bull trap, but support down here came in and pumped it higher. Now, looks like a potential breakout of this level. You definitely have some support right here, and you just need a bullish retest for Bitcoin upside to continue. Now, we go over to the 4 hour chart. A lot of people are talking about possible bearish divergence ideas, and there are. What it means is, hey, Bitcoin bulls, you got to pump this. I mean, it's a pretty quick move. You're going to run into a little bit of resistance at 27.7, and then 28,800 is the next target higher, and then you could see $30,000 and $33,000 out of this thing. Go to the daily chart. And I posted this setup in group, and I had one person 534% gains with leveraged position. Look at his entry price, 25,246. So you go back to the setup, 25,000 right here. He entered here, and with some leverage, right? After you're a very good spot trader, you essentially become a leverage trader. And you turn these small moves into 5x his money on one trade with this setup for Bitcoin. And so now you want to see 26,500 hold as support. 28,500 on the daily, very clear resistance. 31,450, 33,350 are the targets that are possible. There is some bearish divergence, like we talked about, possible on the lower term timeframes, but the bulls can pump the price and invalidate that idea. This giant green weekly candle, when have you seen one of these? It's been a while. This 200 simple moving average coming in here, which is right at about 25,200, right? Which we said was key level on the other charts. Put in a weekly close above this level. Now, previously, yes, Bitcoin did break above it and then lose it. This was a bull trap, so you don't want that situation. You want it to hold it. But just like we talked about yesterday, you go back to the panic situation that shut down everything and turned the money printers on right here, and the market took off afterwards. I loaded BNB out of all the coins. I bought BNB for $9. Changed my life forever. In 2018, 3x Neo way back here in a bear market quit working. Like, even though the market's bearish, you can make a ton of money on these altcoins because they get smashed and these altcoins will take off. But remember how the money flow works. People that They probably don't know about, I mean, sure, maybe they know about some meme coins, Doge, SHIB, probably know about Ethereum. But most of these coins they never heard of. And they're going to be calling you up and they're going to be like, well, what's going on with Bitcoin? That FOMO factor comes back into the market. And then you got the banking sector uncertainty. This Bitcoin move, start with a weekly candle close above this level, everything changes. Bots and traders are programmed to jump in to breaks of the 200 simple on the weekly chart, period. The Ethereum USDT chart, so you got the Shanghai upgrade coming April the 12th, where people will be able to unlock their Ethereum. People are worried, well, let's say there's a scenario where people were like, oh no, people are going to unlock their Ethereum and sell it. People that bought their Ethereum and locked it up are down like 50%. You think they're going to sell at a 50% loss when they're just going to sell fear, or they're going to sell the bottom? This is the bottom. I mean, this thing has so much upside. Proof of stakes here. Like, the Ethereum also has multiple upgrades that they're going to put in place during the Shanghai upgrade. You do have some possible bearish divergence, and you don't want this thing to break lower. You want it to pump, and it's right here on the 2-day chart. It's right here at the 200 simple. But if the bulls, I mean, there's definitely ideas where if you get a Bitcoin pullback, you could get an exacerbated move to the downside out of Ethereum, right? But on upside continuation, you close the gap and you see $2,000 Ethereum pretty quick. If you guys like the content that I provide on a daily basis, be sure to subscribe to the channel, like the video, leave a comment in the comment box. Thanks so much. I'll see you guys tomorrow.